Welcome to Grace in the Shadows. This is Dr. Marla Behler and
Dr. J.
Dr. Jonathan Behler. Well, hello, everybody. Hope you are doing well. Now, I know it's 89 degrees, but I will tell you, last night,
Really?
I felt a tiniest hint, just a tiniest hint of fall. Yeah,
Oh.
just a tiny.
Yeah.
But anyway, well, hello, everybody. Thanks for listening. We want to give a quick shout out to, who should we shout out today? Just pick somebody.
Miami, Florida.
All right, Miami, Florida. Thank you so much for listening. We really appreciate it. You can check us out at graceintheshadowsor.org. You can text or call Dr. Jonathan at graceintheshadows. Oh, and actually, that's the email. You can email us at drjonathan at graceintheshadowsor.org. Or you can text or call 251-244-4645. I got so excited about that little hint of fall, I got lost in what I was saying. Yeah. All right. I've got some strange facts for us today.
Okay.
I got some animal facts. All right. How many of you like the hippopotamus? Do you like the hippopotamus?
I love the hippo, but they're dangerous.
Yes. Well, they are dangerous. But did you know that when they sweat, their sweat is red like blood? Did you know that?
Really?
Yes. So if you come upon a perspiring hippopotamus, you might be scared because you may think that they're dying, but they're just sweating.
Well, if you're that close, you need to be concerned about yourself.
Well, true. Now, this is cool. Now, I know it's nowhere near winter, but do you know that reindeer's eyes change colors during the winter?
Really?
They turn blue during the winter months.
Maybe
that is German. So cool. I don't know. It helps them see better. When they turn blue, it helps them see better because of long hours of bright light in the summer and almost total darkness in the winter. That helps them capture light more effectively. And I just think it's so cool that God did that.
God
so cool.
Is very creative.
Absolutely. All right. Should I do one more?
I have a joke real quick.
Okay, go ahead, and then I'll do one more. What's your joke?
What falls but never needs a bandage?
Leaves?
The rain.
Oh. Oh, that's bad.
So I have one more.
Oh no. Okay, what is it?
Why did the egg hide?
Because it was Easter?
It was a little chicken. Okay, go ahead. Yours is better than my.
Oh, wow. Okay, all right. Last one.
Right.
You can determine the age of a whale by its earwax.
What?
Yes, if you slice a whale, if you slice his earplug lengthwise, it will reveal alternating light and dark layers. The lighter shades are associated with feeding periods, while the darker shades coincide with periods of migration. And so scientists have been using this whole aging the technique since the 1950s.
You know,
yes, sir.
I think that people are liking your facts better than my history stuff from the Roman Empire.
Well, I'm not going to say anything, but
sure
anyway.
It's very good, yeah.
Yours was a little gory, but...
Well, you know. I guess I'm a little weird.
It's okay. No, you're not weird. I love you.
I'm just...
Because I'm weird, too. We're both a little odd, but that's okay. It makes us who we are.
God knows we're special, and He
loves us very much. Well, all right. What are we talking about?
Today, we're talking about some more narcissism.
Oh, yes. Narcissism.
Should we call a narcissist out for who they are? Should we say, you are a narcissist, and we know it, and I've listened to Dr. J and Dr. Marla's podcast, and we know you're a narcissist, and we gotcha.
I would say no, because that's just going to cause a lot of tension and difficulty. But that's my answer.
Well, I think you're right.
Okay.
Let's start off with number
All right.
one, as you mentioned, escalation of conflict.
Mm-hmm.
Because narcissists tend to react defensively when their behavior is challenged or called out. Calling them out only can lead to heated arguments and defensiveness that will only make things worse.
Yeah, I don't like to argue. Now, some people are fine with arguing. I am not a person to argue. It gets on my nerves.
Well, you have to understand the narcissist is extremely insecure.
Mm-hmm.
And so when you challenge them, they may appear confident. I mean, the world loves the narcissist, but when you challenge them, basically you're ripping off their mask.
Yeah, you're exposing them for who they are, and they are not about that at all.
That's right. It's not going to help.
No.
Revenge or retaliation is another reason not to call them out.
Oh, so you're saying they might do something to take revenge or get people to think bad about you. That would be bad.
In many ways, the narcissist will use gaslighting, and he will play the victim, etc. But when you push them against the wall where they have no way out, they will become vengeful.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And they'll seek revenge, and they'll retaliate, and they will basically spread rumors. They will get their flying monkeys. They will use manipulative tactics, character assassinations, etc., to destroy you.
Yeah, not good.
Kind of like Satan.
Yeah.
From a theological standpoint.
Yes.
Because Satan in Isaiah 14 was extremely prideful. That's why he fell. I want to be like God. I will be like the Most High. I will exalt myself above the angels, above God's throne. I will be like God.
Right.
We know in Revelation he's the accuser of the brethren.
Yes, he is.
He's the one who's accusing us to God and accusing us to ourselves, trying to remind us of our flaws.
Yeah.
And so that's kind of falls in place with the narcissist.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. So are you saying that Satan is a narcissist?
Satan is a psychopath, but a psychopath will always be a narcissist. A narcissist can be a narcissist without being a psychopath.
Right. Yeah.
But a psychopath is always a narcissist.
Interesting. Okay. That makes sense.
I don't say always.
No.
In this case, I do. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, that makes sense.
Gaslighting. The narcissists are skilled at gaslighting. They will try to isolate you. They'll use the flying monkeys. You know what the flying monkeys are, right?
Oh, when they bring in people, other people to look at you like they're looking at you.
It's like the witch off The Wizard of Oz used all the flying monkeys. That's where it comes from.
You know, I didn't like that movie, and I didn't like that part.
I did as a kid. I loved that. It was kind of scary, that part.
It scared me. I didn't like it. Of course, I was scared of the abominable snowman on Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
I was too, but I liked it.
Were you really?
I thought it was scary.
We've never
now
talked.
I'm like, it's kind of funny now.
I would hide under the covers. I was scared. All right. So flying monkeys. So they try to get they basically try to isolate you and then cause you to feel awful about yourself until the flying monkeys and everything that you withdraw from society and can only depend upon them because they've done that to you. So that is not a good, right. Go ahead.
They try to get you to not know who you are and question yourself.
Not good. Yeah. Not good.
They also have false concern and empathy. They may use a type of concern or may appear to be empathy, but in reality, they're using it to manipulate. I'm worried about you. Right?
Yeah. Right. Oh, they do. They do. The manipulation is really there. Yep.
They may chip away at your self-esteem. You know, you wearing that shirt? You What did you do to your hair today? What's wrong with your hair?
Right.
I don't like your car.
Mm-hmm.
What'd you do that for?
Right. Are you going out like that? Yeah, it is. It is.
Yeah.
It is.
And they will basically deny that you have the feelings that you have.
Right.
They will invalidate you. That's the easier way of saying it.
And it's awful to feel that way. I mean, we've both been affected by narcissists in the past, and it's very hard. And you'll be affected by a narcissist with the flying monkeys or anything like that, and you definitely do start doubting yourself. Yes. And doubting your own character and doubting, how you're behaving. And that is such a tough place to be in.
It's evil.
God doesn't want us to be in that place. God wants us to be confident. He wants us to depend upon him and have Christ esteem. But when you are enthralled or involved with a narcissist, it just takes over everything.
I can almost always, I used almost in that statement, almost always discern a client, or anyone for that matter, who has been abused by a narcissist. They will apologize for everything.
True.
And they will question everything about themselves.
Right. Yeah, and that's not a good place to be in, because I've been in that place, and it's not good at all.
Emotionally draining.
Yeah.
Engaging with a narcissist in a confrontation can be emotionally and, I'd stress, physically draining. The guilt tripping, the emotional outburst, the manipulation wears you out.
Well, it is, and it can bring about that mental exhaustion that we did a podcast a while back about mental exhaustion, and that definitely can occur if you are involved in a narcissist relationship.
Another reason that you should not confront a narcissist on being a narcissist is they have a limited self-awareness. They do not get the fact that they are a narcissist.
True.
They do not have the ability to reflect on their own behavior and see it for what it is.
Yeah.
So calling them out may not lead to the desired change in behavior, self-improvement, because they may not see the reason to change in the first place.
No, so you're basically wasting your breath by calling them out, because you are not going to see the results that you're hoping for. Like a reasonable person, if you're having issues with a reasonable person, you can sit down and you can talk through your problems, and you can get to the root of the issue and have a better relationship and a better situation. But you can't do that with a narcissist. And sometimes we think, oh, well, I can, but you realize you're just wasting your breath.
Oh, they will try to love bomb too. And they will try to bring you back after they, maybe they had it falling
knock you down.
Yeah.
Right.
But don't play that game.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
What is Harry Truman, President Harry Truman, the buck stops here? He probably was a narcissist too, but he probably was a narcissist.
Probably.
The buck stops here. The narcissist buck stops here.
Yeah, you're right.
There's no guarantee of change, by the way.
No.
Even if you successfully confront them and say, you're a narcissist, I learned this from Dr. J and Dr. M.
Right.
They're not going to get it. And guess what? It's going to cause a lot of conflict. It's going to wear you out, and they're not going to change.
You're just wasting your breath.
Now, that's why I often question people that say, I'm a narcissist and I need help. Are you really a narcissist?
Because there are some that will admit it.
There are some.
But not many. Many.
There are some. I think they have to be totally broken.
Yeah.
And then it's opportunistic for them to really get right with God and improve the relationships. So I'm not saying all, but I think it's very hard. And most narcissists do not get to that point because they're so scared and insecure that they're unable to get to that point.
Yeah, and if you listen to secular people talking about narcissism, they always say that a narcissist can never change, but we believe that God can heal and change and save anyone.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Ways to work through the temptation to call them out, because here it is.
Okay.
You start gaining knowledge about narcissism, and the light bulb comes on. The light switch is clicked, and you just want to let them have it with all this information. It's kind of like when I first got saved. I wanted to tell everyone that they're going to hell and need Jesus, but that wasn't necessarily the right way.
Right. Even though it's true, but yeah.
That is true, but you need to be tactful.
Right.
And a lot of people, they figure out what narcissism is, and wow, I need to tell everybody about this, and I need to confront them. Right?
Yeah.
Some ways to work through that temptation to go out and just confront them. You narcissist. Do not call them out in the first place.
Right. Yeah.
Do not call them out in the first place. Distract yourself when tempted. Distract yourself with watching some program, reading a book, exercise. Well, here's a great thought. Studying your Bible, listening to a great, someone like John MacArthur. Or, here's a good one.
Right.
Listen to Grace in the Shadows with Dr. J.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, get your mind. I'm kind of kidding. I'm kind of serious, but kind of kidding. But
right.
Get out of your head. Don't go there. Don't let yourself go there to confronting them.
And there's some great Christian music that you can listen to. My thing lately has been Christian instrumental saxophone music. So I will put, it's nice. So I'll put my AirPods in or my earphones in wherever I'm at and listen to some instrumental saxophone jazz. Oh my goodness. It really gets me in a better frame of mind. So yeah, that's something you could try as well.
Number 2, do not share your successes or your pain with them. Stick to superficial topics like the weather or tulips. Talk about the tulips.
Okay. All right.
Look at the tulips. Look at the pine tree. Look at the, it's sunny outside. Whew.
So you're saying do that because otherwise it'll kind of come back to haunt you? Is that why you say that?
They will use your they perceive it as weakness.
Okay.
They will use that for the achievements or successes, they will try to pop your bubble. Well, you're pretty smart for someone who doesn't study very hard. I mean, that may not be the greatest example, but they will try to burst your bubble. Okay.
Yeah.
That you're not that good.
Right. Yeah.
When you share pain or hurt, they will use that as a way to make them look stronger.
Right.
Yeah. Does that make sense?
Oh, it definitely makes sense. Definitely.
Have supportive friends and people, therapists. Dr. J's great.
He's wonderful. Yeah. I like him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But any people that say that's a little extreme to call them don't hang out with those people.
No. You want somebody that's going to support you and pray for you and be there for you without any judgment if you have this type of person in your life.
It goes back to love, LUV. Listen, understand, and validate.
Yeah.
Don't try to tell them how they feel or how they see things.
No.
Yeah, so, and then finally is accept the fact that they may never change.
And that's a hard one.
Yeah.
It can be hard because, when you have a loved one or a spouse or a child or a friend, parent that is a narcissist, you really want that relationship to change and be positive. And so many times I think that we get caught up in that and we want it to change so badly that we will confront them. So we need to remember not to do those things, because it's most likely, it can, but most likely it's not going to change.
So it's kind of, it's a hard thing. It's easier said than done, but don't confront.
Yeah. Right.
Because Jesus said something about, he said a lot, but he said, don't throw your pearls to swine. What did he mean by don't throw your pearls to swine?
You don't want to talk and share with people who are never going to listen or never going to support you, I think.
Yeah. I don't know about you, but I don't have time for that. God has put us on earth for a limited time.
Yeah.
For his glory, for a purpose to glorify his kingdom, his son. And I don't have time. I don't have time for that.
I ain't got time for that.
Yeah.
That's right.
So this is the podcast for today. I think it's a needed one. I think a lot of people struggle with this. I think it's huge, and that you can look on YouTube and a lot of these places. You'll find narcissism, the podcast and channels, because this is a really big problem.
It really is. It really is.
I think it will only increase as the days get more evil and people become more selfish and self-focused.
I agree. And we definitely never want to fall into that, narcissist trap. So we definitely want to stay close to Jesus and lean on him.
That's right. That's right. And remember one thing.
Yes.
That God can take your mess, turn it to a message for his glory and for your good.
Absolutely. Well, we thank you, everyone, for listening, and hope you will definitely share, and hope you have a wonderful day. Thanks, everybody. Goodbye.